So I have Justin Tudor here in my studio, and I'm hijacking his channel to listen to a mix that you did. Tell me, who is this mix of?
So this is my band back home. Our name is Otherlands. This is a demo that we've done at my house called No Longer Here.
Okay.
This is not mastered. It's just got some ozone on it. But yeah, I just want you to crap on it and tell me what I need to change. My bandmates, quote unquote, it's just me and a couple of my friends. They love the song and they think the mix is pretty legit, and I'm not satisfied.
All right.
I'll also smash the like button for coffee.
Yes, I'm gonna get coffee.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're gonna record me getting coffee though.
Yeah,
Put some funny jazz. Here at
Bar 1.
Here we go.
Yep.
Can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your lies, my feelings, they just transpire. Drive me insane. In the midst of me hides my own worst enemy, my desire. Oh, in death you're no longer here. I'm not a slave to my heart of fears. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Cool song.
Yeah, listening now, the guitars are a little loud in my opinion.
I love the group vocals. I like the feel of the song. Musically is really good. I think for the most part the mix is not bad. I'm personally not a fan of the virtual drums, but you use what you got.
Yeah,
that's obvious. A lot of us don't have a lot of kit to use. Which virtual instrument are you using?
This is literally just Logic drums, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I just bounced them down to mix them. I think that's the SoCal Kyle kit.
Have you ever do you have like trigger?
Yeah, definitely have trigger, and there may be some trigger on that at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to check.
Okay, so we'll dig into the drums. I would say my biggest beef currently is with the drums. It does sound like after the intro going into the verse, the guitars go way up, and the lead vocal is too loud. And again, I'm gonna preface this: we're listening on headphones. I hate listening through headphones. I would get a much better grasp if we were listening through speakers. So maybe we'll check it through the speakers.
Sweet.
But yeah, right off the bat, like it felt like there was a big automation jump. Did you automate these?
See, there's a guy right there. The clean guitars go down some. If you were to open the guitar bus, I'm sure there's a good bit of automation in there as well.
It's so interesting. I, being a drummer, like the drums to be really loud.
Yeah, and I get that. I think that may be what's happening with guitars as well. Just maybe being a guitar.
Your bias kicks in, and I have to check that sometimes. But sometimes that's what the band wants.
Yeah.
Like I just did a mix recently, and the drums were loud, and I was like, okay. Let's pull them back before we send this to them, because they're going to be like, dude, the drums are like really loud. And funny enough, they were like, hey, we really love the drum. Can you turn the drums up?
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Sweet. I'm actually interested to see if there's any trigger on the drums. Can you pull up the mixer view and look at those?
Yeah, let's see.
I would be surprised if there's not. Yeah, there's some trigger too on the snare at least.
So here's what I would recommend. It looks like you probably got some metal sort of thing on here.
Yeah.
what I would recommend is printing your samples. So when you put trigger on there, bounce it out to an audio file.
Okay.
And then process the trigger. Like and do you have sound toys?
Yeah, the whole bundle.
Yeah. Do you have Decapitator going on here?
Looks like no.
It feels.
I typically will do Decapitator as a bus, and I'll send some my shells to the Decapitator.
What I would say is missing generally is a little bit of grit, and the grit there feels like there is grit on the gang vocals. When that comes in, it feels really nice.
Yeah, that's actually just the lead singer 13 times.
But when the gang vocals drop out, it feels very clean and hyped, which is funny because as mixers and listeners, I think we're always kind of trying to go in that direction. But I think there also needs to be like some behind. Is that how you say it in the South?
Some behind. I guess we can go with some behind.
Yeah, a little more down below. And
a little low end or something, maybe
just a little more body and a little more grit, but not like in a overwhelming way. Just sort of filling that mid range with like an interesting quality of what's already here. And the Decapitator does that for me with the drums, and it's nice to have because it helps them cut through a little bit without having to like crank the highs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
At least on these headphones right now, I'm feeling attacked by high frequencies. Okay. Let's listen from the top again.
Okay.
I'm going to break it down section by section.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that vocal's loud.
Is it really?
It's so loud.
Wow. I guess I was trying to get it to keep up with the guitars, and then the drums are definitely getting lost, no doubt.
So, this that's a normal thing. I want to first say this is not bad. You know
Thanks,
what I
man.
mean? All things considered, this is not bad.
Thanks.
It's just like, it's not a perfect mix, which the mixes are never perfect.
Honestly, if you want to change some things, feel free to change some things.
Let's do a save as, and let's go to this verse.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the limiters on it.
Yeah. I have a hard time getting my guitars to sound up front like they're in the speaker.
There's no low end on these guitars. What's up with that? Is it like EQ'd on the individual tracks?
Maybe, yeah. Looks like it, maybe. Okay, open the guitar bus again. Yeah. So
are these the guitars here?
Yeah, so we're going left rhythm or left, yeah.
Okay.
So if you hit those, it's gonna have some roll off on it.
Yeah, but
I typically don't have a lot of low end in my guitars.
And again, I'm on headphones here. We're just kind of shooting in the dark, but let's put a little bit of that because it feels like there's some low mids missing. Generally, it feels very scooped.
See, so my thing with that, and usually around the 250 to
that's the mud range.
Yeah.
Usually, you want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But if you get rid of it on everything,
yeah,
the ideal mix is something is sitting in each spot, and none of the things that are sitting are conflicting with one another.
Yeah.
So when you're listening, you can hear everything very easily, and it doesn't feel like anything's in competition. That feels a little better. I would for sure
Drop that.
kill the high boost.
I think it's
here.
gonna be one of those
This
guys.
one?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah. Here, let's do this. What's on here?
It's like I added a little bit of saturation as well.
There you go. So this is gonna kill our ears and probably yours, but this is what I would do with electric guitars. Wherever you say "ow" the hardest,
Yeah, no doubt.
you're gonna want to cut that, smooth it out a little, and then we can go to what is it? This section right here.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain.
So
And
also,
then there's the melody. Is that this?
I think that's gonna be yeah.
So what I love about the Pro Q3 is you can bypass specific
Yeah.
frequencies. So I can. Okay, so there's that, and this is for sure too loud. I'm surprised that you're limiting all the guitars. Is that a metal thing you learned?
Yeah.
Because this isn't a metal song.
It's totally not a metal song, but I have my tendencies. I'm trying to get the guitars to sound like as upfront in the speaker as possible, because a problem I've had, I'm sure it's an EQ problem, like
It's an automation thing.
they just sound like literally, I guess, behind the speaker is the best way for me to describe it
Mm-hmm.
in layman terms. They aren't up front. They're not sitting. I want my guitars to be chilling, and then I want my bass, and then I want the vocal between the guitars. And it sounds like the guitars are just, I don't know. I mean, I want the guitars to be a little behind the vocal, but I want it all to be together.
Are all of the guitars, so there's clean guitar and then there's like
yeah,
dirty
the
guitar.
dirty guitars. I have those in different buses.
Okay, so the imaging thing, in my opinion, is unnecessary. The limiter, let's hear what it sounds like without the limiter.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song.
You know what I'm hearing now, though?
What's that?
Dynamics.
Yeah?
So when you hit a chord, I'm hearing it like come in and go out, which is really nice. The solution to your issue, and what you're attempting to do with the limiter, is sort of a easy way out. Is to automate it, and it really doesn't take that long to write a couple sections. So the way that I do it is I'll find the section.
All these years, and what can I look back on?
We're gonna start on the vocals because this is very distracting.
Yeah, I'm not vibing over this right now.
Let's do a touch.
Yeah,
right.
Let's do a touch.
All right, and we'll start just a bar before the verse, and this should go like to here. Okay.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your lies, my feelings, they just transpire. Drive me insane. In the midst of me hides my own worst enemy, my desire.
Okay, so you can kind of anticipate when he's gonna like be full voice versus like a little more gentle, and just kind of anticipate that. I think that felt way better. I still think there's a little. Also, one thing I'll mention is all of this stuff sitting on here. This is just a pet peeve of mine. Is
Okay.
just
Just too much.
commit. If you got auto-tune on here,
There's really
print the audio and be done. Get rid of auto-tune, take it off. But I try to commit as much as possible. So and just keep it on another playlist. So you still have the untuned version on a old playlist that you can reference or pull it up if you need to fix something. But just like clean it up, commit, move on.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're here. Okay, so there's this.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless.
Oh, and then you have this on the vocal bus. Just a preference,
Okay.
I suppose. But also, like you wouldn't do this if you were working analog.
Yeah.
You wouldn't plug H3000 onto the vocal channel.
So you would make a bus for that.
You would send to
that.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's a good word. That way I don't have to have my mix knob all the way down, basically.
Well, it's because what you're doing is every adjustment you're making is adjusting all of your effects and everything together.
That's also true.
So it gives you a little more flexibility and yeah. But otherwise, I just feel like it's a little harsh on the high end. It's probably this. It's probably the high mids.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad
That's
song.
better.
And the other thing is, what de-esser are you using?
Just waves.
Do you have FabFilter DS?
I don't. I do have Steven Slate's the Eosis or something like that now. I heard it's pretty good.
Let me mess with this de-esser for a second.
No problem.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song.
Typically, you're gonna be like between 5 and 7. That's where it's killing me. Is up higher. So when we turn this off.
Wasted here, another. All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song.
Wow.
I can't contain.
Also, yeah, I use a lot of de-esser. So I use it on guitars. I use it on vocals. I use it on all kinds of stuff. It's such a great tool.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your lies,
So you got the Echo Boy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no specific reverb that you're sending to. You should put a reverb on there.
For just the vocals?
Yeah.
Okay.
all these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here.
Let me crank up. Let me see.
And I actually don't know if I'm vibing on the H delay. I feel like I'm hearing that and it's a little too pronounced.
All these years, and what can I look?
Oh, that's 6.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain.
Yeah, that sounds much better.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's go to drums. Let me give you a little help here.
They could just do the instrument bus.
Okay, so this is we're just getting this. Got it. Yeah, it's a little genty for this kind of
Just the
track.
snare, like the tone of the snare.
Yeah, it's so sizzly. It's like sizzled eggs.
Well, I am using a sample from Hardcore Music Studio.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. That feels a little better. little mid in there for a little resonance. And then we're gonna do a new bus from the drums entirely. And we're gonna slap, you guessed it,
Decapitator.
You're
doing that on the whole bus.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay, and we're gonna jump right to 70s record. And we're gonna put that low end back in there. Pull this right around here. Pull our output down. Okay, and then watch this. Yeah. Oh, that kick though. It's a problem too. So it's obviously like really distorted.
Yeah.
I'll to taste distort it on the input and then pull the output down.
Okay.
So I'll decap over here. So that's without it. This is grittier.
Yeah.
And you find that balance, with the rest of the stuff in, but next thing I'm going to do is look at this.
Dude, you feel free to trigger that thing. Try to find a better sample, maybe.
I like the rattle.
These headphones are actually pretty pleasant.
Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, and they're comfy.
Yeah, I like them better than mine. I think I'm going to take them home.
Cool, man. Good luck. Just make it a little more woolly.
Yeah.
Nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your
So this is without the decap.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, wow, what happened?
all these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here and now.
And then the other thing is, let me listen to how that sounds in the beginning. We're just gonna pull these up.
Yeah, dude. This may be automated. You may have to do it in.
No, it's not automated.
Right, good.
And we'll put this up. You hear how it's like,
Dude, it sounds so much fuller already.
it's smoother on the high end of the drums. Wherever we are, we just added a de-esser to the guitar bus. But yeah, this is feeling much better.
Absolutely.
Let's see how it sounds going into.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here.
Okay, and then this is like into because most of this is sitting pretty well to me as far as I can tell in the headphones. Now, what I would do is the last minute ear candy.
Automate the reverbs and delays, maybe?
Sort of.
On the vocals?
Okay, so check this out. We're going to do another send.
Okay.
For the vocals, and we're going to send it to a delay. What's a good delay? We got waves, so we can do.
I do the H delay pretty often, or the
Wait, no, let's do Sound Toys.
Yeah.
What's the other one they have?
Echo Boy.
Yeah.
Echo Boy Junior. Those are both really good.
Okay, and then we're gonna go to. Let's say we're on an 8th. No, we're gonna go full wet. And then we want, I think, quarter note.
Sounds good to me.
That's me not being good at music there. Here we go. So we'll go, I'm going to turn this off.
Okay.
I don't know if I want a half note or a quarter note. We're going to do a half note, and then I'm going to be wrong, and we're going to go back to a quarter note. Let's see. So it's like a call and response sort of effect here. So it's kind of buried in there, but that same sort of thing, you can pull that down and sort of experiment with that, and then on the verse is where it would be really fun. Okay, so let's see. We'll pull it up here.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted.
So you would throw it on the last line. And what we'll do is I'm going to mute this stuff.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song.
That's cool.
I can't contain.
And then you can obviously.
Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. Oh, your.
So use the filters to make it a little more gritty and less present.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song.
You obviously don't screw it up like I did. But let's see what happens if we throw that on there with the music in.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your lies, my feelings, they just transpire.
Just stuff like that can, you know, it sort of fills the air, and it's pleasing to listen. It's that ear candy we all like, but never notice until you get rid of it. Stuff like that, or like really exaggerated reverbs, like the Valhalla stuff. Do you have Valhalla?
I have a free Valhalla. It's the Massive Echo. I think it's technically a delay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But like just really drawn out stuff for like the same purpose.
Yeah.
So you could even send to the same bus, make another bus with the same input, and that automation would go to both the delay and that reverb on two separate buses. And then you could sort of blend them together. And automate maybe the reverb's not on every single one or whatever. That stuff can really be a game changer, but it's nice to not just have it always on.
Yeah.
You know, because you want the vocal to sit up there for the most of it, and then when it opens up, have it be like, Automation is like one of the most important parts of mixing. And it's done all the time. And that really is a game changer. Like getting the balance and the frequencies and everything sitting right is like a good start.
Yeah.
You know, but the stuff that really makes it interesting for the listener,
automation,
is not that. That's just like making it so that they're not, you know, like your wife said, when they say like there's something that's not right.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. But
that's the first. Yeah, that's the first part of just getting everything to sit. But really making it into a performance and really unique with how it's sort of playing with itself is all of the automation and all of the effects and stuff like that. That's where it gets really fun. Another thing I'll show you just before we wrap up here is master bus sort of stuff. The way that I do it is I have two mix buses that go to the master, right? So I have a music bus and then I have a vocal bus, and then both of those go to the master. So what do you got here? You've got your virtual bus compressor. You've got the UAD Pultec. Love that. 6012, cool. Perfect. Love that. What do we got here? You get a fast release. And a fast attack. Okay.
So that's typically, I like for that to react to the snare to keep, So it's pretty fast. I don't know if that's what it's doing at the moment. That's what it was.
So what's interesting is that you're not processing the drums.
Yeah, I don't have any compression on that drum bus for some reason.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Okay, here, let's look at this real quick. There's that bottom that we're looking for.
The rear end.
Yeah, and since you can boost and attenuate the that really helps with the cymbal clarity, but not being too abrasive.
Yeah.
And then after the EQ, that's when we do the. What do I normally put? I usually use the Slate Digital. Slate.
Yeah, right there.
Boom. And I like the gray.
I like that one.
And I'll do 3. Get that dancing around 2 to 3 dB. So we got the EQ. Let's listen before and after. It's a little more tame, a little more in the mids, but it's still clear. So let's see. And then what was the decap? Is 15. So let's bypass all of these. Yeah, it's very crispy.
Yeah.
Right? Not a lot of mid-range or bottom.
Yeah.
There's a little more pumping going on. Definitely more low end there, which is nice. And then that grit, which is sort of like the distortion is acting like a filling the space where the mid-range wasn't. And since it's distorting, it's really, really, to me, much more interesting to listen to.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted.
And then in context, you want to sort of adjust.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire. All your lies, my feelings, they just transpire. Drive me insane. In the midst of me hides my own worst enemy, my desire. Oh, in death you're no longer here.
Vocals still feel a little hot to me. I would probably just generally do like a little bit of a cut there. But otherwise, it feels much better. And then on the master bus, this is what I was going to address here. Here's my go-to. I'll do some sort of EQ. Now, you'll have to pick. A good one is the Slate Digital. Which one is it? What is it called? Oh no, it's on this one. The Air EQ. Yeah, I like going to this, and I'll do the mastering frequencies, right? And then you can.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here, another pointless sad song. I can't contain. Sleepless nights, my mind was drawn to desire.
Now, you have so much high end being boosted up front. You really don't need. Typically, you would do that stuff on the back end. And I'll start sort of with my mix bus processing on before I even start mixing, so I don't overcompensate. But yeah, I like these frequencies here, and then if there's like a low mid issue, you can kind of dig that out on the back end. But this is a really good. You want to have this at the top, and then a compressor, which again you're processing over here, so you don't need to do a lot on the back end. So I would do like your ozone here, and then just see like how much you're crushing. Do you have the Pro L?
I don't.
Fab filter?
No, I don't.
What are you doing?
Dude, they're expensive.
Yeah, they are. Are they? I wouldn't know.
Well, they're actually having a 25% Black Friday deal right now.
Not sponsored.
Not
Fab
sponsored.
filter, man, hook it up.
Please do.
Okay.
All these years, and what can I look back on? Wasted here.
And then Have you ever used the mastering assistant? The
I have
reference?
once, yeah.
Yeah, you should do that.
Is it good?
It's great.
Wow.
It's really, really good. So like if you have a track,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can pick that reference
Mm-hmm.
and it does a really good job. I was so skeptical on it
Yeah.
until I saw what it did and I was like, dang, this is good.
Yeah.
And that'll kind of like just put the dressing of the frosting on it.
The frosting.
Yeah. All right, let's listen to this thing through the speakers.
Yeah, let's do that. Awesome.
We'll be back after I listen to the speakers. So what do you think?
Well, you took a look at my bottom. I have my headphones on for like no reason right now, don't I?
Yeah, you don't need your headphones.
Sweet. Took a look at the bottom. Sounds good. Looks good. Sounds great now.
Yeah, so when we flipped to the speakers, the thing that I wasn't hearing was the low end. And so we looked at the bass bus and messed around with some frequencies. There's a good chart that I pulled up, which you guys should reference, that just shows you the frequencies of all the notes. And when you're trying to get a really nice relationship with the low end on your song, it's nice to know what like the key of the song is and which frequencies you should be focusing on. So for instance, on the bass bus, he was cutting somewhere around 60 hertz, and
which is where I needed to boost a little.
which it just sits a little bit nicer musically with the song when you can put more attention on those frequencies that are in the key of the song. So just referencing that and sort of experimenting with what sounds better can really help the balance of the overall mix. And then the other thing that then we just did a little bit of EQ, pulling out some of the high mids on the horns, just ducking that a little on the Pro Q3. You can, instead of just killing it, you can like compress that specific frequency.
With the dynamic mode.
Yeah, so it's not gone, but it's just kind of pulling it back. And then outside of that, then I just looked at the kick a little bit, and I experimented with rolling off, and it was better without the roll off, so left it how it was, and then just kicked up the limiter on this ozone right here. So now it sounds like this. We'll just do a little bit of the intro into the verse. So it's just when you're limiting, sort of the rule that I'll go by personally is you want your limiter to not cross the gain reduction of 5 dB. Like if you're reducing more than 5 dB on your limiter, jump to the loudest part of the song. 2 and 4.
Yeah.
5 should be like the very loudest thing that happens. You should never like sit at 5 or anything, but that way you can get the most loudness out of your track. And that's really like the last prize of mixing, is like when you're cranking it up and you get like all of it is gluing together really well. And I honestly, it sounds great.
It sounds super good now. I'm gonna send it to the boys. They'll be pumped.
Yeah, man.
We'll be sure to credit you on it when we're famous.
Let's do a bounce, and then we'll listen to before and after. Yeah, for you kids at home, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm for Justin here.
Please do, yeah.
Hit subscribe. Justin's making some great stuff, and he's great guitarist. We're gonna do some stuff on my channel as well.
Absolutely,
and,
pumped about that. Gonna be in the tone world, my little lunchbox full of tones.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Sweet.